They're harvesting the extremophiles to enhance their own biological processes. Somehow, they've managed to incorporate the organisms into their respiratory and circulatory systems. It's allowing them to process the toxic atmosphere directly and withstand the radiation levels that should be killing them. The final nail in the Council's coffin came with the humans' next transmission. Colonel Chen's voice was cheerful, almost conversational. We've also discovered some fascinating mineral deposits in the volcanic formations. Our geological team estimates approximately 4 billion tons of rare earth elements, including several compounds we've never seen before. We'd like to discuss establishing trade relationships with neighboring systems. Admiral Zethkar stared at the data streaming across his displays. The humans weren't just surviving on the Class 15 Deathworld, they were transforming it into one of the most strategically valuable colonies in the sector. They had turned a death sentence into a gold mine. Councillor Vrek's cracked form glittered as he spoke. What do we do now? The Admiral's mandibles clicked slowly, a sound that conveyed resignation rather than satisfaction. The Council had learned a fundamental truth about humans. They didn't just adapt to harsh conditions, they found ways to make those conditions work for them. They had sent the humans to Kepler 442c to eliminate a problem. Instead, they had created a new economic and military power that would reshape the entire sector. We negotiate, Zethkar said finally, and we never underestimate them again. On Kepler 442c, now officially renamed Haven by its human inhabitants, Colonel Chen stood on the observation deck of the main habitat complex. Through the reinforced transparent aluminum, she could see the planet's orange sky crackling with electrical storms, while below, massive mining operations extracted wealth from the volcanic landscape. Her modified respiratory system processed the outside atmosphere with ease, an adaptation that still amazed the scientists back on Earth. She smiled, thinking of the Council's reaction to their latest reports. They had expected the humans to die on this world. Instead, they had found a new home, new capabilities, and new possibilities for expansion. The humans had always been good at making the impossible look routine. Haven was just the latest example. Captain Realtak's 6 eyes blinked in rapid succession as he reviewed the scanner readings for the third time. The massive Kitharan research vessel's scientific endeavor had been conducting routine surveys of the outer rim when their sensors detected something impossible. A life sign on designation, XK739, better known in the galactic databases as the Graveyard. XK739 held the dubious honor of being the galaxy's only confirmed Class 20 Deathworld. The classification system topped out at Class 15 for worlds considered absolutely uninhabitable by any known life form. XK739 had required an entirely new category. "Captain," chirped Dr. Vexlani, her crystalline form refracting the bridge's ambient light into nervous rainbows. "The readings are confirmed. There's definitely a complex life form down there. But that's impossible." Realtak's tentacles writhed with anxiety. The planet below was a hellscape that defied imagination. Gravity 14 times galactic standard. An atmosphere composed primarily of concentrated sulfuric acid with trace amounts of liquid mercury vapor. Surface temperatures that ranged from absolute zero to hot enough to melt titanium. Radiation levels that would cook most organic matter in seconds. And that was before considering the planet's unique geological feature, reality distortions caused by unstable exotic matter deposits that could turn physics itself into a weapon. "Maybe it's equipment malfunction," suggested Navigator Kex Holm, his forearms working frantically at his console. "Or maybe we're detecting some kind of automated probe." But Dr. Vexlani's instruments painted a different picture. "No, Captain. The biosignature is definitely organic. Complex neural activity, cardiovascular system, even what appears to be active cognition. That's impossible," Riltak repeated, a phrase that was becoming disturbingly common on this mission. Nothing lives on XK-739. Nothing can live on XK-739. We've sent probes before they lasted, minutes before the environment destroyed them. The communication officer, a nervous Zeltani named Pixstar, suddenly straightened at his station. Captain, we're receiving a transmission from the surface. It's in standard galactic common. The bridge fell silent, except for the humming of ship systems. Riltak felt his stomach acids churn. Put it through. A voice crackled over the communications array, rough, gravelly, but unmistakably intelligent. Unknown vessel. This is Marcus Reed, survivor of the research vessel Prometheus. Been stranded here for, hell, must be 8 years now. You folks mind giving a fellow a lift? Dr. Vexlaney's crystalline structure actually cracked audibly. 8 years? He's been living on XK-739 for 8 years? Navigator Kexholm was frantically checking his databases. Captain, I found the Prometheus in our records. Human research vessel that went missing near this sector. 9 years ago. All hands presumed dead. Human, whispered Communication Officer Pixstar, and suddenly everyone on the bridge understood why this discovery was so terrifying. Humans came from Earth, a world that had recently been reclassified from Class 8 to Class 12 Deathworld, after more thorough surveys revealed its true nature. A planet where life not only survived, but thrived in conditions that would kill most galactic species, where predators hunted other predators for sport, where the weather could level cities, where microscopic organisms waged constant biological warfare against everything including their hosts. But XK-739 made Earth look like a peaceful garden world. Sir, Dr. Vexlaney said carefully, should we retrieve him? Riltak considered this. Galactic law required the rescue of survivors, but the implications were staggering. If a human could survive 8 years on a Class 20 Deathworld, what did that say about humans? More importantly, what had those 8 years done to him? This is Captain Riltak of the Kitharan vessel Scientific Endeavour, he transmitted back. We'll begin rescue operations immediately. Can you reach a clear landing zone? The response came with what sounded disturbingly like laughter. Clear landing zone? Captain, I appreciate the offer, but your ship won't survive the atmosphere down here. Tell you what, I'll come to you. Before anyone could respond, their sensors detected something launching from the planet's surface. It wasn't a spacecraft, the signature was too small, too organic. Dr. Vexlaney's readings showed a single life form, moving through the acid atmosphere at impossible speeds, somehow propelling itself through conditions that should have dissolved any known material. By the void, whispered Navigator Kexholm. He's flying. How is he flying? 20 minutes later, something struck the ship's hull with a metallic clang. Security Chief Mordark, whose species had evolved from apex predators, actually whimpered as he reviewed the external.